Hello there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that Tama killed an earth dragon to acquire its eye, because it was a crucial ingredient to make poison antidote with it. Tama saved Arya's life, but she was still in need of rest, so Tama was fulfilling the role of monster hunting in the dungeon for money, but there he ran into a weird lady, and she was after Tama to sleep with him, and for that, and after that, soon Arya also recovered, and Vulcan made a light armor for her to get back to their adventuring job. But they came across that strange lady again, so Arya thought she had amnesia and brought her back home, and as they falls asleep, that lady reminds Tama about herself, that she's the earth dragon he killed back in the dungeon. It was a shocking turn of events, but Dragon Lady had reincarnation skill, so after Tama killed her, her wish was to be by the side of whom she was defeated. So she returned to life in a human shape, but she has no grudge. In fact, she's in love with Tama. So after that, Stella was trying to figure out how Arya is the master of Tama. Tama said it's his wish to serve her, but then he warned Stella not to tell Arya that he's a behemoth, because if she finds out he's a monster, he won't be able to stay with Arya. Stella saw this as Tama's weakness, but she was a prideful woman and decided not to take advantage of this. Then Arya took Stella out for a stroll thinking she might remember something, but since Stella couldn't recall anything, Arya tells her to become an adventurer like her. Vulcan even prepared some clothes for her, and Arya asked her to choose a gear or weapon for safety, but Stella showed them her dragon claws and tails, which were the embodiment of strength. And Arya guesses that she is a dragnewt. Dragnewt are very rare dragon humans, and then Vulcan told her to pick her choice, and Stella chose the heaviest shield made of black iron and impossible to lift with one hand. Stella would never have thought of defense, but her fight with Tama showed her that defense is also important. Then, for the weapon, she chose a black iron sword. So having Stella on their side was really helpful, but her habit is to dive in alone. She lets go of her gear and killed the goblins with her dragon transformation, because she's still not used to holding weapons, but the second time she didn't fail and used it. She was too overwhelming for the first floor, so Arya decided to go a floor below. There they came across some orcs and Stella started to massacre them completely. So next was the third floor where they can find a headache. Stella still dives in without knowing she's facing a tentacle monster, but her womanly instinct warned her already. Stella tried to fight it, and the monster sprayed the slime all over her. Stella went nuts from this, charging in blindly. So Arya and Vulcan try to help, but Tama used a tentacle skill to pull them back and hold the thing down until his water gun kills him. Only then Stella got stable. She apologized, but her trauma from when she was killed acted up. Tama had nothing to say about this, but he assured her Hill would protect her from now on. It fills her heart with joy that her beloved said this to her. But aside from this, Arya got up in the sky thinking about those tentacles Tama could summon. So Arya got ready for the action, and Vulcan stopped her before that. Then, as they heads downward, they were making tactics and strategies for their roles. Then they came across another band of orcs. So Stella attracts their attention and starts her massacre. But the orcs started to flee and Arya and Vulcan stopped Stella from following it. After that, Tama cast a buff on the ladies, and they helped Stella again. Then comes the giant roper, which they also killed and arrived at the safe zone. So our group decided to relax a bin bath, but Stella got on edge to hold Tama. She now knows that Arya isn't powerful at all, so she wants to call dibs on Tama. But Tama chose her master and Stella couldn't accept it. In their fight, Bro was thrown away, and after that, they came to the guild to register Stella as an adventurer. But Arnold had a next mission prepared for them. Lays was the one who made a job request, as he had a cargo to deliver. But unfortunately, Vulcan had too many jobs, so she couldn't leave the capital for too long. But she promised to catch up when her work gets done. And then Lays showed them his cargo, holds the bones of the Earth Dragon. Lays had brought it from an auction, and it sure brought back some memories. But Stella was enjoying it, so they took the job. Then Arnold informed Arya that she is now promoted to B rank. So with this good news, they took off to escort Lays. They fought the monsters, then took a break at night. Their Lays found some lily flowers and gave them to Arya. He told them his fiancée, Eliza, loves this flower, so he picked it for Arya. And then he told them that there's a rumor going around that a war is about to break out. Tama remembers the demon he fought was up to something, so this war could be related. Then, at night, the surroundings began to change, and Tama noticed at first their Lays was also awake, so he told them that a new dungeon is forming here, and that they should hurry. A new dungeon is a loot for adventurers because they could find precious things before anyone else, and after reaching a safe place. Lays told them that they could explore that dungeon and sell in the items, a shrewd businessman, but it wasn't a loss, so the girls took off, but Stella was still attempting to go solo. Vulcan had planned something for this, and Arya remembers Vulcan's letter. She reads out loud that Stella could get a hug from Tama if she works together with Arya. That was a good offer to miss, so Stella agreed. Then a light started to guide them ahead, where they came across a few ape monster. It looked like the light led them to the trap. But after killing those ape, a little fairy and pixie appears. Turns out they just wanted to become friends with Tama. And seeing them holding on to Tama, Stella got on high end. They perceived it as a threat. So this too revealed that they were attempting to show them the way to a treasure box. Arya opened it and discovered a vial. And Lily and Fairy knows there are more in the area, but they need the key from the Hornets area to open up the path. So our gang jumps into the fight and quickly took care of the threat. But before going on ahead, Arya decided to take some rest first. Lily and Fear were excited to see the human, so Arya warned them not to leave her because Fairy and Pixie are rare, so someone might kidnap them. After that, they went to Lays, and he tests the vial and found out it's a truth potion of a very rare kind. But then he saw these two, and his eyes lit up. So he goes away in a hurry, and soon after, our gang goes to have a bath, and at night time, Stella was trying to get her reward as promised, but Tama didn't want to, yet on Arya's order. He gave her a hug. At that time, Vulcan was hurrying up to regroup, but found an undead in the area, and after a good night's sleep, Arya and the others proceeded to the next trial. But they told Lily and Fear to wait here. In that room, they encountered a boss who was difficult to deal with, but with good teamwork and a strong tank, they eventually defeated it. And as a reward, the dungeon revealed an ancient text that was engraved onto Arya. It gave her a holy skill, a blade of sacred light. But when they returned, Lily and Fear had been kidnapped. And it is clear that Lays was behind this. But our episode 5 and 6 ends right there. So stay tuned to watch another episode of this anime. And for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Till then, take care.